Hello, Leo Risings, and welcome to your annual astrology overview as well as tarot insights. Saturn and Neptune will be entering into your ninth house, and these two planets are asking you to make your dreams real. Saturn and Neptune in your ninth house are asking you how you are able to make your dreams a reality. Maybe you are planning a big trip or thinking about going back to school, like college, or just opening your mind to new ideas. Whatever it is, put some structure behind your vision and allow your curiosity to lead the way with Saturn and Neptune. So trust both your intuition and your ability to make things happen. So a great tip on how to use and work with Saturn and Neptune is to set practical steps towards those big goals. And you don't want to make sure that you don't get swept away by the Neptunian fantasy. You want to invest in education or travel abroad if is supporting your long-term vision, and be open to changing your beliefs or worldviews as you grow. Now, I did pull some spiritual insights with the tarot here. For those watching this video, we have here the 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. And this is in correspondence to Saturn and Neptune going into Aries. And with the 10 of Pentacles, this can show that you are thinking bigger than just the present moment. This transit is asking you to consider what kind of belief system or philosophy or life direction you want to build something that is lasting on. Saturn here is asking for structure and for commitment, while Neptune may be asking you to dream, and together they're encouraging you to create a belief system that actually supports your future and not just inspires you in the moment. With the Knight of Wands, this brings in movement and curiosity. So you may feel a strong urge to explore some new ideas, whether that's teaching or just new paths, study, travel abroad, spiritual practices, or even just bold topic conversations that challenge how you've been seeing the world so far. That's very Aries energy too. So spirit advice here is to follow that spark, but stay aware of where you're headed, not just what excites you in the moment. And then we have the Seven of Swords, which is your reminder to stay discerning. Not every belief or every guru or teacher or opportunity is meant for you. With Neptune involved here, it's easy to romanticize ideas or to trust something or someone just because it sounds inspiring. So spirit is really reminding you here to question what doesn't sit right with you. Make sure that what you're committing to aligns with your values and your integrity. So the overall guidance for this transit is build a belief system that can support your long-term life path, explore things boldly, but at the same time thoughtfully, and stay honest with yourself about what is truly aligned. This is a powerful time for redefining what you believe. Just make sure that it's rooted in truth and not illusion. You got to be careful with the Neptunian energy. We will also be having an eclipse season this year, and I will be making a separate video on the eclipse season, so I won't go too into depth in this video, but this will be happening in Aquarius and Virgo, and this can bring significant changes in relationships and financial matters. So those may be up for review during this eclipse season. It's also a great time to be honest about your partnerships. Are you getting what you need, and are you giving back in a way that feels good? When it comes to money, you want to check in with your spending and saving habits and make sure that your financial goals match your real values. And this is because it is happening in the Aquarius 7th and Virgo 2nd. Now, our spiritual guidance here with this eclipse season, we have the Chariot, the Magician, and the Fool. The first thing that comes through here is movement and decision. So the Chariot shows that something around relationship or shared goals is ready to take action and move forward, but only if you're clear about what you want. So eclipse season can bring some turning points, and this card is reminding you that you have more control than you think. You get to choose the direction here, especially in how you show up in partnerships. With the Magician, this ties directly into both relationships and finances. So this is about recognizing your own power and your own resources, whether it's your skills, your voice, or your confidence. You already have what you need to create change. In partnerships, this might mean clearer communication or setting intentions, whether that's financially. It's also a reminder that you're capable of building something new using what's already in your hands. And then with the Fool, this brings in a fresh start. So this card says, don't be afraid to take a leap. Eclipse seasons often open the doors that didn't exist before. And the Fool is really encouraging you to step into something new with curiosity instead of fear. So it doesn't mean being reckless. It means trusting yourself enough to begin again. So the guidance for this eclipse season is to get clear on your direction, trust your ability to create change, and be willing to start fresh where it feels right. And that's both in partnerships and in finances. This is a reset that is asking for courage, and then it also rewards that courage. On April the 27th, Uranus will move back into the sign of Gemini, and that is your 11th house. So this is shaking things up in your 11th house, bringing in new people, unique people, groups and dreams into your life. So don't be afraid to branch out and try something different and unique with the Uranian energy here. Your social circle could also shift in exciting and unexpected with Uranus ways this year. So stay open to new friends and collaborations. They could help you reach your goals faster. And this is a longer transit. So this is beginning this year, but Uranus transits are about 7 years. So this is something that's not going to be a one and done type of energy. So to work with Uranus here, you want to embrace those new connections and be willing to network in some unconventional ways. You want to stay flexible and just be aware that your goals may shift and rather quickly too with Uranus. Our spiritual insights here, we have the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups reversed, and the 10 of Pentacles. So the first thing that Spirit is asking you here is honesty and clarity. With the Queen of Swords, this shows that you're getting very clear about who belongs in your space and who doesn't. Uranus and Gemini can shake up your social world with that 11th house, and this card says that it is time to communicate truthfully and set clear boundaries in friendships or in group dynamics, even if it feels a little bit uncomfortable at first. And with the Ace of Cups, it suggests that there may be some emotional detachment that may occur here or some disappointments around certain connections in those groups. This doesn't mean that you're closing your heart out completely. It's more about recognizing where emotional energy hasn't been flowing, both ways. Spirit is saying it's okay to take a step back from connections that might feel draining or might have felt one-sided for quite some time. Then the 10 of Pentacles shows the bigger picture. This card is about long-term stability and legacy. So Uranus isn't here to blow up your social world or just to create chaos. It's here to help you build a future that's actually supportive. So the people and the communities that you begin to align yourself with now should support your long-term goals, not just, short-term goals or short-term emotions and connections. So the overall guidance for this transit with all the cards and the transiting energy in the 11th house is speaking to truth. So protect your emotional energy because we do have the Ace here of Cups reversed, and invest in friendships and in communities that support the future that you're building. Changes in your social world are now helping you create something more stable and aligned in the long run. On June 30th, Jupiter will move out of the sign of Cancer and into the sign of Leo. So this is personal expansion and confidence in your first house, Leo. This is very big transit for first house. This is your sign, so this is major. You are being encouraged to take bold steps to expand your world and really embrace your true authentic self. You want to say yes to opportunities that help you grow and become more visible. And remember that your confidence is magnetic. So the more you show yourself, the more things come your way. Tips to navigate this energy in the most positive way is to make sure that you are saying yes to any opportunities for personal development and self-expression, and make sure that you are taking the opportunity to showcase your talents, which should not be hard for my Leo risings because, as you already know, confidence attracts abundance. Our spiritual insights here for Jupiter going into the first house in Leo, we do have the Sun reversed, Two of Swords, and the World. So with the Sun reversed, this shows that you might not feel fully lit up or confident right away. Even though Jupiter is here to expand you, there may be moments of self-doubt or moments of fatigue or questioning things that bring you joy. That doesn't mean that this transit isn't working or nothing's going to work out for you. It just means that you're being asked to reconnect with your light from the inside out, not performing it for others with that first house energy. The Two of Swords suggests that there is a choice here. There's there's something here where you may find yourself deciding how you want to move forward, what version of yourself you're ready to step into, and what you're done carrying from the past. So Jupiter in the first is giving you options, but clarity comes when you stop trying to avoid the decision and listen to what feels most aligned. And then the world is showing that payoff. This card is about embodiment and completion. It suggests that as you work through the inner hesitation that you might have at first and make those intentional choices, you step into a more fuller, more integrated version of yourself. So Jupiter isn't just boosting up that confidence, it's also helping you become more of who you've been growing towards. So the overall guidance for this entire transit is don't rush your confidence, make conscious choices about who you're becoming, and trust that this is leading you into a more whole and authentic version of yourself. This is personal expansion and it unfolds as you claim it. We will have Venus retrograde first in Scorpio back into Libra, and this begins on October the 3rd. So this is going to be highlighting home and family, so your Scorpio 4th, and communication, mindset, sibling relationships, Libra 3rd. So old issues may resurface and is coming up to be resolved in some type of way. So if anything feels out of sync, it is a really good time to talk things out, use that third house energy, or make small changes at home. And there's no need to rush here. So let things settle before making any big changes or decisions, especially with any retrograde planet. I do have some tips here, as in all of them, on how to work with this energy more effectively. So you want to take this time to reflect on your living situation or family relationships, especially with siblings, and taking this time to work to heal any old wounds with that family or siblings. Also take this time to revisit conversations or agreements or arguments with siblings, neighbors, or just peers or people that live in your city. And as I mentioned, hold off on any big changes within the home, with family, or communication decisions until Venus goes direct. Our spiritual insights that we have for this Venus retrograde, we have the Four of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So much swords energy, communication here. Not really surprised with that third house energy. So the Four of Swords shows that you need space to pause and take a rest, especially emotionally. So Venus retrograde in the fourth house can stir up old feelings connected to home, to family, or your inner sense of safety. So the advice is don't push yourself to resolve anything right away. Allow yourself time to decompress and to just breathe and possibly even take a break to be alone. The Nine of Swords suggests that there's some worries or mental loops that may surface during this retrograde. So old conversations that you've had, unresolved thoughts or anxieties, those might come up for review. And this isn't meant to overwhelm you. It's showing you what needs some gentle attention instead of avoidance, which you might have been doing. And then with the Ace of Swords, this does bring in some clarity. So as Venus moves back into your third house, this card can show some honest conversations and even possibly more clear thinking that could happen here once you give yourself time to rest with the Four of Swords and acknowledge what's been weighing on your mind. And then you might be able to speak your truth more clearly with yourself and then hopefully with others. And this could be with siblings as well, if you do have them. So the guidance for this Venus retrograde overall is slow down, allow yourself to process what's been sitting on your mind, on your heart, and trust that clarity will come. This is a powerful time for inner reflection that it will ultimately lead to healthier communication and stronger emotional foundations. 2026 is a year for Leo risings to step into a bigger, brighter version of themselves, to embrace growth in your beliefs and ambitions, and cultivate healthy partnerships and let yourself truly shine, Leos. Stay open to new connections, nurture your self-worth, and trust that this year will set the stage for lasting confidence and joy. I really hope that you all have enjoyed this astrological take for the year of 2026. Comment down below what you are excited about, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.